are you doing here?
I was waiting for you. You better do some introductions, Sam.
Richie, this is Curlie.
Hi, man.
And Des.
Hi.
Well...
Right then. I'll say good night.
Are you going?
Time for a pint.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Excuse me.
I'll just go and see him out. Des, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was going to be here.
No, well, you'll have a lot to talk about.
Hey, hang on. Hang on.
You know, I can't believe my luck with that woman. Now a long-lost husband turns up.
Didn't you know about him?
I thought he was history.
I thought he was joking.
When did he get there?
Just before you.
Planned it then, didn't he?
What?
To spend the night with her.
I think he planned to spend the rest of his life with her. Right.
I'm sorry to be a drag.
Oh, could probably do with an early night myself.
Don't half catch up on you, doesn't it?
Anyway, be sure you're feeling lively for Friday.
Friday?
Try that new club out. Showed you the flyer.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow then, sleepyhead.
Drive carefully.
Only cheap plonk, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting champagne.
Well,
Here's looking at you again, Sam.
so how on earth did you find me here?
Your mother.
You don't know my mother.
Well, we've been in touch ever since you left me, on and off.
She never told me that.
She called me after you went back to see her. We thought it best if I just turned up in case she ran off and left me again.
I really hate myself for what I did to you. I mean that, Richie. Do you know, there were so many times I wanted to pick up the phone and just call you, but I didn't know how to explain it.
Well, your mum explained everything to me. She told me the whole story, Sam. About your tennis coach. What he did to you. I just wish I'd known before.
Nobody knew. I just couldn't talk about it.
All those years keeping it to yourself.
Couldn't even admit it to myself for ages. Just felt so ashamed. Some people would still say I made too much of it.
Yeah, well, then they don't know what they're talking about, do they?
Most women have had something happen to them. Just get on with their
Yeah,
lives.
but you were so very young, Sam.
So very ignorant. And I'm still not over it all. Not really.
What are you doing here?
Rachel was feeling a bit tired. Went off for an early night.
Come on then, don't keep me in suspenders. What's all this news?
More hassle. Alan can't get any leave after the wedding, so we can't have a honeymoon.
Oh no.
Means we've got to go 3 weeks before instead.
Hey?
Friday week, we're going to Mauritius, it's all booked.
You're going to Mauritius for 3 weeks?
Well, we're really lucky though. Got a cancellation, but it just means I've got to run around now, trying to get all my jobs done and all that. I've got to move all the clients around as well.
What are you making such a headache about?
I'm not.
Look, you're going to Mauritius for 3 whole weeks. You should be celebrating.
I'm just saying, it's all... No, it's all back to front.
Oh, Vera,
What?
jukebox going down well, is it?
Oh, it's a real hit. It's a lot better than our Jack whistling. Here, what were it, love? A pint and a large scotch?
Aye, when you're ready, be I.
Right. So then, where's Samantha tonight? I thought you were going for a night out.
We were. Then we got back to Curlie's. Something turned up.
Right.
Her husband.
Hey?
Out of the blue.
Her husband?
Sam's a bit shocked as well.
You mean Samantha's married?
Well, all we know is the little we're told.
Yeah. Did you know about that, Jen?
So.
Samantha had been married.
Married?
Yeah, well, Des and Curlie just said her husband's turned up.
No.
Yeah.
She got a bit married. I never mind that.
Hey!
Hold on, boy. All right. Stick it out, man. Vera, so who's missed me then? Well, I tell you, I must be messing something up here. What are you doing just wandering in off the street?
Trying to catch lost orders, mate.
Yeah, why didn't you give us a ring? Sure, would have come and picked you up.
That's not a problem. Jump in a cab. Thought I'd give you a bit of a surprise, you know.
Where's the kit?
Just inside the front door, left it there and picked up my mail that you left out, thank you.
Hey, well, you better give us another pint, Vera.
Oh, nice one, pal. Oh, hello, new jukebox.
Well, we're moving with the times, love.
It's got a little rubbish on it.
Here, don't it look good with this tam?
Well, I only got this, you see, last couple of weeks on the beach in Sigés. I've been doing bar work inside most of August.
What, in Spanish?
Catalan, mate.
Catalan?
Yeah, but the owner was English, so
see?
I was just another pair of hands.
Aye, fair play. Fair play to you. Been paying your own way, son.
I have, but I'll tell you what, mate, you've got to see the measures over there. None of
Hey,
your stingy
Sandy,
singles that you
listen
get
to
here.
this.
Serve it by the glassful. Makes you wonder what we have to put up with over here.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, son. It's good to have you back.
And it's good to be back, mate, it really is. Tell you what, 2.5 months is a very long time without your cooking, mate, I'm telling you.
Hey, you see?
I still can't believe you're sitting here. What are you up to these days?
Well, I thought about going back on the boats, but then a mate of mine got me into his engineering firm. I'm working down in London now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, somehow thought that's where I might have found you.
In London?
Just how I imagined you, Sam. You know, doing something glamorous. Never thought you'd fit in a place like this.
Well, it's a good hiding place then, eh? Not that I kid myself, I do fit in. Still haven't found that place.
So you're not involved with anyone round here, then?
Not very good at being involved, am I? But what about you, Richie? You seen anyone else?
There isn't anyone else for me, Sam. Don't you know that?
Oh, come on. What a load of rubbish. Lots of women falling for you.
So why did you choose here? Of all the small-time places in all the world.
Because I felt small. My nan used to live in a street like this. And I suppose I just felt like going back to something that was safe and simple. I certainly couldn't have coped in London.
Yeah, but you can't imagine rooting yourself here, can you?
Oh, I don't try and think that far ahead anymore. Still trying to mop up the past.
And does that include me, then? I might have been mopped up with the rest of it.
Well, after what I did to you, I never expected to see you again.
But you have thought about me, haven't you?
Of course I have. But I really thought you'd have met someone else.
You're my wife, Sam.
Right, I'm off.
What's the rush?
I'm just not in the mood. I've got some cans indoors.
All right, well, hang on.
Well, you can stay for last orders.
And what am I going to do then? I can't go home while he's still there, can I?
But why not?
Oh, leave off. Come on, I'm coming with you.
What's brilliant, though, is the late-night culture. Wish we had it here. You know, kip in the afternoon, that's when you need it, and then off round the bars till the sun comes up.
Well, they've got the climate for it, haven't they?
It's not just the climate, mate, it's their attitude. Like their attitude to kids, they take them everywhere. Bars, restaurants, they don't separate them off like we do.
Who wants to go out for a drink in a bar with a load of kids bawling and screaming?
Yeah, but they don't, though, you see, because they're used to it. And it's nice then, it's not full of rowdy lads, you know what I mean? It's friendly.
I'll tell you what, the way you're talking, you're going to find problems settling down here again. You'll be finding fault with everything.
No, I won't. There's plenty good here, mate. I just wish we had the best of everything, you know. Oh, look. Invitation to Fiona's wedding.
Right, my round.
No, I'd rather just go home and have a cup of tea, actually.
You all right? You look a bit picky.
Just a bit more smoke.
Come on then, we'll just go, shall we?
Hey, Fee. Thanks for the invitation.
Right, yeah.
I'll be there.
Great.
Now, we're definitely set.
In stone, Rita. Oh, come on, phone him.
Right. You sure?
Yes, how many more times? Oh, my heart.
Hello, Mr. Groves. Oh, hello, Mr. Groves. This is Mrs. Sullivan here. Yes. Mrs. Wilton and I have had a discussion, and we'd like to make you an offer on your property. Yes. The full asking price. Yes. Now, for that, Mr. Groves, we need a swift response from you. Yes? Yes, all right. I'll be here. Bye.
What did he say?
He said he'll ring us back when he's discussed it with his wife.
But when?
Well, he said tonight.
Oh, do you think he might mean after he's gone back to the other bidder?
No. No, I think Alec's right. There probably isn't another bidder. Well, not yet.
Well, then why are we offering him
Because
the full
now we know we really want it.
Yeah. yes, but...
Well, let's not get too sharp. We'll only cut ourselves. Besides, it's a fair price to pay for a new life, isn't it?
Somebody up there's got it in for me, you know. Probably nudged on by the spirit of Derek Wilton. Well, cheers, mate. Thanks. Nice one.
Oh, leave off, will you? At least you've got your own home to go to.
No, I haven't. You're in it.
Oh, thanks very much, mate. I feel very welcome now.
Out here.
Oh, hi, Curly.
Hiya.
What's all this? Some sort of male bonding ritual? Where's the lovely Samantha? Sleeping it off?
Shut up, Ange.
Excuse me?
The lovely Samantha is with a lovely husband.
Come again?
Her husband, he turned up.
Husband, Samantha.
In my house.
What?
Something I stupidly didn't think it worth telling you.
You mean Samantha's married?
Hey, Vera.
What, love?
What's this for sale sign doing outside babysitting?
Well, what it says, she's selling up.
Oh, where's she going?
Her and Rita, they're going to buy a guest house in Hunt Lakes.
What, Rita as well?
Yeah, it's hard to believe, innit? I mean, the cabin will never be the same.
No, feels like I've come back to a foreign country.
Well, I can't say you stopping much longer around here. Not now you finished college.
Well, thing is, you see, Vera, I've got to go anywhere I can get myself a decent job, haven't I? Yeah. But listen, I don't suppose there's any chance in, well, carrying on behind here in the meantime, is there?
Would you like to?
Oh, Vera, I'd love to.
Well, we'd love to have you. Hey, when can you start?
Do you want some coffee?
I just feel so sad about us, Sam. Like, if only you could have talked to me, then I could have helped you, couldn't I? At least I could have proved how much I cared about you.
I did it all wrong, didn't I? You weren't the only one I hurt. You weren't the first guy I got engaged to marry either. I should have told you that to start with, then you'd have had fair warning.
Yeah, but that's because
No,
you...
listen, let me finish. I've never really told you anything, have I? And I should have done. Because I never meant to hurt you. I mean that. I suppose I should have taken myself off to counselling, but I didn't believe in all that then. I should never have married you, Richie. You're much better off without me.
No, don't say that.
It's true. I know it's true. No matter how much I hurt you by running away, I'd have hurt you a lot worse by staying.
What if you talked to me then like you're talking to me now?
I'm sorry, Richie. But at least now you know it wasn't your fault.
Sam, I married you because I loved you. I still love you. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
You could have got married over there. Look, exotic weddings. Then you got your bride's discount. And you just have a blessing ceremony when you get home. Oh, God, that's what people do, isn't it?
Oh, well, why don't you do it when it's your turn then, eh?
Oh, you're in a lovely mood tonight. You menstrual or something.
If only.
Yeah, don't tell me you're pregnant. Are you pregnant?
That's the usual explanation, isn't it?
Could just be stress. Why don't you buy one of them test things?
I have bought one.
Eh?
I've been too scared to do it, Max. I don't want to be pregnant yet.
Why not?
I haven't planned for it. I mean, there's the business.
You can sort that.
Max, it's hassle. I wanted to wait a couple of years.
I bet Alan will be over the moon.
I don't know if he will be, though. I mean, he might not be.
Of course he will, Fee. Come on, you've got to find out. I mean, you've got to find out before you go and have your jabs for your holiday, haven't you? Because you could damage the baby.
I hadn't thought of that.
Come on, just go in the bathroom and do it. Go on. Why is it taking so long?
I don't know.
Well, maybe he's changed his mind. Maybe he's changed his mind not to sell. I mean, people do that when it gets to the crunch.
I don't think he'd do that.
Or maybe he wants to sell it and his wife doesn't. I mean, that happens, Rita.
Well, we'll give him 5 more minutes and then I'll phone him.
Have you done it?
Doing it.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Max. Where's Fee?
She's in the bathroom. Fee Allen's here.
That's all right, Maxine. I don't need announcing.
I was just waiting for her.
Uh-huh.
Fee, coming out?
Well, Max, I'll see you in the morning.
Hey?
You don't have to wait for me, it's all right.
Oh, right. See them.
She gone?
Yes. Do you want a gin too?
Nah, I'm all right, thanks.
Is she all right?
Max?
Yes. She was behaving like a criminal.
No, she's fine.
Are you sure you don't want a drink? I can get you some wine if you prefer.
Not if you want to be a father, Alan, no.
Hey?
I think I'm pregnant.
OK. OK, bye-bye.
Thanks, love.
Wants to see me tonight.
Tonight? I told you so.
Now then, another round, lads.
No, you're right, son. You're way on after this.
No, I'm all right, thank you, Alec.
Oh, thanks for keeping my job open, Alec. I'll be in first thing, mate.
Sorry?
Her husband? Well, I don't know the details, but it's round there now. Oh, Vera, go on. Makes you wonder what else we'll find out next.
Do you know, I've always thought there was something, well, just a little bit strange about her.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder why she's kept it a secret.
I wonder why he's turned up now after so long.
Yeah.
Oh, I do hate having to wonder, don't you?
Yeah.
Wonder, as they say, is the daughter of ignorance.
Oh, do they? And what do you know, Fred?
Vera.
What?
Andy says you've offered him his job back.
Oh, I have, eh? And they were glad of it.
But you've got no right to go hiring new staff off your own bat.
Will you hide that, Natalie?
Well, only after prior consultation with a fellow partner.
Look, he's not new staff, is he? It's old staff. He's been on holiday.
Look, I don't want him back, Vera.
Well, if you feel man enough to tell his dad, go tell him, Alec.
Vera, are we in time for last orders?
Yeah, of course, Charlotte. What you want? What you think?
Well, we will have a bottle of champagne.
Champagne?
And glasses for you and Alec, if you'd like to join us.
Why? What's happened?
I thought you'd retired to your counting house tonight.
Yeah, we're having champagne. Celebrating our successful bid for a B&B, Alec.
Oh, so you've gone for it then?
We've got it. Well, nearly got it. We're still to go through the survey, etc., haven't we? Well, as good as got it, then.
Until he comes up with another spurious bidder.
Well, he won't do that. We've offered the full asking price.
Have you never heard of gazumping, Mavis?
Have you ever heard of a thump in the mouth, Alec?
Give my love to your mother, all right?
Yeah, of course.
me too,
mate. All right, pal, yeah.
Hey, nice to have you back, Andy, safe and sound.
Cheers, Bill. See you, mate.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Hey, Bill, a small word.
Yes, Fred.
Just in case there's any difficulties between us.
Like what?
My impending marriage to Maureen.
Oh, you're thinking that I might bear your grudge, like?
No. I know you wouldn't quibble with a lady's choice. I just want to say that there's no ill feeling on my part for what happened before.
Well, that's lucky for me, innit?
And I just hope there won't be any ill feeling for the future.
I wouldn't worry yourself about it, Fred.
Not now, I won't.
You don't think it's too soon?
Too soon? For what?
We hadn't planned it, had we?
Well, then we'll plan around it, won't we?
I just wondered if you'd rather wait a couple of years.
Sweetheart, we're going to have a baby. I think that's fantastic. Don't you think it's fantastic?
Just in a bit of a world.
You should have told me as soon as you suspected anything. How long do you think it's been?
I don't know. I mean, it could be 8 weeks, it could be less.
Fancy you thinking I wouldn't want it.
We've got to be sure, though, haven't we?
Come here. Do you know what this is? This is the happiest day of my life.
You should hate me, Richie.
Why?
Because I've messed up your life.
I could never hate you, no matter what you did. Look, I only want to help you.
been so horrible to you?
Well, you didn't mean to be. You were just floundering.
My parents should have told me they'd been in touch with you.
Well, I think they feel very guilty about you.
Good. Good, I want them to feel guilty.
I don't want you to be happy, Sam.
Happy so they can get on with their own lives, yeah?
That's not a bad thing to want, is it? Not for the past to stop hurting you all.
But I don't want to forgive and forget. I want revenge, really, if I'm honest.
Well, maybe that's because you won't forgive yourself. For what you think you've done to me and to whoever else. You're still so beautiful, Sam.
Well, we can't sit here all night. You'll have to keep down on the sofa, Curly.
Hey?
Well, he can hardly go back home, can he?
But why not?
Well, it's a bit awkward, isn't it?
It's your home.
Yeah, and there's a marital reunion going on in it.
Why can't you stay on your sofa?
I'm not saying can't. I'm just wondering why it's necessary.
Well, we all know where you're coming from. Go on, Curly. There's a sleeping bag under the stairs.
Oh, all right, if Des doesn't object.
I don't care.
Right then, OK. Have you got a spare toothbrush?
Use your finger.
Yeah, all right, OK. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Well, what a brilliant evening. Go out with Samantha. End up bedding Curly Watts. Thanks for that.
Why didn't you tell me Sam was married?
Because she asked me not to.
Oh, she is a dark horse, isn't she?
It's a pity I've staked so much in her then, isn't it? Because I have, Ange. I've really gone and got myself involved. And for what?
Yeah, but you don't think she's getting back with him, do you?
Well, he's the one who's spending the night with her, isn't he?
Yeah, but not together. They won't be. Surely not.
So, you've still not told me what your plans are, Sam?
I don't have any plans. Nothing definite, anyway.
I suppose if you had met someone else, you would have wanted to dissolve our marriage, wouldn't you?
I'd have thought you'd have been the first one to do that.
Oh, you thought wrong then, didn't you?
Curly must have decided to stay at Des's or something.
So we've got the night to ourselves, you mean?
Oh, I'm exhausted, Richie. I'm going to have to turn in soon.
OK. Well, we've got plenty of time, haven't we?
I'm really glad you know about it all now.
Yeah, well, from now on we'll talk about the future, not the past.
You don't mind sleeping on the sofa, do you?
No, if that's where you want me to sleep.
Right. I'll just go and get you a pillow and a duvet then.
Sam? Don't be scared of me.